That's
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. So okay, now we're recording. All right. Yeah, so it's a big test today. She's been studying her butt off. She came out yesterday and hung out with me, and it's just to get away. She's like, I can't study anymore, so she's in the groove, man. It's good. So
That's awesome.
without further ado, man, dude, Mark, I don't know how you and Laura are doing it, but god dang, man, you guys are 17% above last year. Let's see, we got a couple more people in the waiting room. Let's just get them in here. Um, and you're approaching 90 million this for year to date this month.
Yeah, just get out of the way, Scotty.
Just get just you know what? That's a great way. That's a great way to say it. Just get it
Just
done,
get
and
out of
then
the way.
you
Hold
guys
on
get
for dear lives.
you guys are so you and Laura are taking the rest of the year off because you already you're in the top 1% and just call it good, or is that kind of the plan?
No, no. I'm actually looking to still scale. We're in talks with a couple loan officers, so
All right, all right. So
it's
I
that
you
time.
it's that time, man. And if we talked last week about rates. Rick Koenig brought up that he felt that, and everybody's saying that rates might actually go up. I'm seeing some news about that. Stock market's reflecting that AI maybe was oversold. Like oversold as far as what it's gonna do for the economy. And so there's a lot of things happening in that respect. But you're not letting it affect you, man. There's no
You're
like
gonna
it's
say
not.
the lines.
Yeah. So you did this huge playbook. Do you care if I share that with
No, go
everyone?
ahead.
Okay,
No,
cool. All
no.
right.
What we're gonna
All
talk
right.
about.
So that's what we're going to talk about. So this is the Truth in Lending Scale Playbook. Mark, tell us like how this come about. When did you start this, and what's it all about?
So we started 12 years ago when Laura brought me on the team. We saw there was a future between us, and I was burned out with my former career and really just had nowhere to go with that industry. I was over it. So Laura brought me on in a business development capacity. She had a very experienced loan officer. She hired the best in the business, one that had underwriting experience, processing experience, had been an auditor, and just truly knew the business inside and out. That allowed her to, have another set of hands in the file.
Gotcha. So you
And
have
so
so she's an underwriter processor. Like she literally underwrites the file before it goes to underwriting.
we pre-write underwrite everything before it even touches processing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We don't allow. I mean, the file goes into processing with it's going to close. So
Yeah.
we don't throw things at the wall and hope it sticks. Is because we're selling our reputation to our vendor partner, our partners and our clients, and we just need to make sure that we're doing everything we say we're going to do.
Yeah. So so you're going to continue with that after so you have one per like so how many well, like what does your team look like to do volume like this, and how many loans is 90 million? Any idea, like was it you guys got some decent loan sizes? Was it 500, like, so 10 loans per month, 20 loans per month, 40 loans per month?
It's to the 30. I mean, we are at probably I think 445 average loan amount. So
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's right at 200 loans for the year.
So so
So
how,
close to
how
40 files. Yeah.
so what do you think, is it the pre-underwrite before it goes to underwriting? Like what was it that literally, because obviously you started at zero, right? What was
I
it?
don't
What
know
was
that
it
I'd
that
ever say Laura
triggered?
started at zero scale.
Laura started at zero. Okay. All right.
No, I don't think she ever started at zero. I think she had seven
Okay.
loans the day she started in the industry. So
Okay.
no. So she when she closed her business right after the crash and went to work for a company, they had offered a person to come aboard her team. And so through several interview processes, they found that they thought they'd be a good fit. And so it was Laura and Natalie. They were the two when I joined the team.
Okay. And I love that there's a common denominator when it comes to what you're doing, what Chris Schwartz is doing, I mean, pretty much the big producers that we have on the show, they're doing events, and that's your gig. Tell us about what you're doing to stay top of mind and like do the events, CE classes, stuff like that.
Yeah, so anytime we're given a platform, we take it because you never know what's going to come from that. So, we're called almost monthly to, hey, so and so got sick. Can you fill in with the CE class? And so we have 7 or 8 approved curriculums that we can teach at any given time. And, we have a couple pages of lunch and learn topics that we can
Interesting.
go over. I mean, part of it's polling the room to see what they want to talk about, and because we do this every day, it's pretty easy to switch on the fly and appeal to that audience and give them some nuggets of value to take away. But we try to do it more as an interactive discussion in class versus a class. It's not we're not up there just preaching at them. We're giving them information. We're having discussions. We're sharing real world scenarios. We're problem solving. They're in the room. Hey, we're talking about condos. Oh, I have a condo at this place, so we will go through and get that condo, approved or vetted, so they can take that to their clients and take that to the market.
Gotcha. What's the so you're doing that once a month on average?
I probably, yeah, every 6 weeks at least.
Okay. Okay.
We're doing happy hours. We're doing caravans, which is, I
Mm.
guess, agent
Mm.
previews in some market. They call it. Or Tuesdays, all realtors come preview the house, talk about the sales price. We'll bring lunch. We'll sit there and have an interactive. So versus chasing realtors for lunch, we'll go bring lunch for 12 to 15 and have 2 hours with them every Tuesday. So as soon as we get off the call, I'm heading to pick up Chick-fil-A to go do that with them.
No shit. Okay. So is it one house, bunch of houses? You kind of drive around or like what
I
does
think
that
the
look like?
most we've done in one day is 4,
Okay.
and between Laura, myself, and our business development associate, we'll hit all 4.
Gotcha. What do you think the number one topic is when you're doing your classes? Like what seems to go get the most aha moments or wow moments? Do you have one that comes to mind?
This one is just there is always a market. It's not rates are going up, there's no market. There's always people doing something. And whether that's investors taking advantage of deals, if that's accessing equity, if that's construction products, if that's, our non-QM offerings. I mean, there's always something to talk about. So I think that the big key is starting that conversation
Gotcha.
and having confidence. If you don't believe that there is a market right now, then you're really going to struggle. And I think those are the loan officers struggling right now. Is
Yeah.
that, oh, rates are high, no one's buying a house, and that's not true. I mean, last month we had Laura's second biggest month in her history. That includes
Last month.
COVID months. Yeah, 18.8 million. That includes COVID. That includes, I mean, it was just, but last month, markets were stagnant, rates were higher. The conflict in Iran was going on, oil prices were going up, and yeah, we had the biggest month that we've ever had, the second biggest month we've ever had. And it's because we believe that there were still people out there. I mean, if you don't believe that something's out there, um, then it's not. You're not going to see it. You're not going to find it. So,
And so she said in March you guys closed over 20 million.
no, yeah.
So do you think
It's 3 months ago, Scotty. Who remembers that?
yeah, man, come on, man. I don't even remember what happened yesterday, let alone like in March, but so what is it, man? Like why like is it just putting yourself I mean it sounds like you guys are just putting yourselves out there and like the one bit thing that I haven't heard is there is a market. And I know there's a market. I love it when people freeze or something changes or there's a rate conversation. Is it that everybody's just waiting for rates to come down and holy crap, we're 2 years into this waiting for rates to come down and now everybody's like, oh shit, they're not coming down anytime soon. And so now they're
It's
just
a
getting out of
market.
business?
And if they call, we're talking to them. But I mean, we're really putting our focus into people that, hey, I finally got my credit repaired and I finally got my scores where they need to be, or I finally got my down payment, or I'm finally ready to, I circled this calendar date on the calendar and I'm ready to jump in. And if you're willing to have that conversation with them, your likelihood goes through the roof as to whether you're going to be the loan officer to help them or not.
Do you have a mate like a follow-up system in place to stay top of mind with them so that when they do get all that stuff fixed or whatever they're trying to get, they're like, these are my people, or how is that taking place?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We are Laura has a list of people that we touch base with. We do have some outgoing kind of what are they called? Email
Drip campaigns,
campaigns
yeah, drip campaigns, yeah.
that we stick them in, just to touch base. I think one of the things that allows us to do that is just getting back to them right away.
Mm,
Whether that's an
mm.
email, a text, a Facebook Messenger. I mean, however we're communicating with them, we're letting them know, hey, we're here when you're here, and then proving that by when they reach out to us, getting right back to them.
Gotcha.
Um, and so I guess back to this stage
Yeah,
building
the stage thing.
roadmap.
Yeah,
We had Laura, and when she got to a point that she, was overwhelmed, we added, experienced LOA. We didn't want her to have to train someone. We didn't want her to have to teach someone the loan things. We needed someone that had that experience that could be an extension of her and not, hamper her. And then stage three was we added me. And then as we grew and more opportunities were coming in, and then we added a second LOA. And with that, for a while we split files, more experience, or the files that need a little bit more structure, or needed, someone with more experience to go through the income, more qualifying them. We gave to the one that had been with us, and then but now, I mean, we just split the files 50-50. It's
okay.
um and then from there, the biggest thing that where we were able to scale is we added a loan partner. And they're now helping on the front end. So they're with our business development person, the loan partner, and Laura, just kind of that triad there that on the front end is bringing business in, and then it goes to the LOAs, and then we get that into processing. So
Gotcha.
the loan partner here is I think the biggest secret to it.
Tell me about that. Why does that free up Laura to do
It does.
more?
I
Yeah.
think picture it like a medical office. When you go in, the receptionist is, takes your insurance card, vets that, takes your deductible, and then puts you in a line. Then you have the nurse come in and kind of triage and look for what's the problem, what's the issue, what do we need to do, give that information to the doctor, and the doctor comes in, and basically you think you saw the doctor, but you saw the doctor just such a little bit of time. You had much longer interactions with everyone else in that office than you
Is it
do with the doctor.
is Laura like who's the like because obviously every deal isn't easy and there's always a little bit here, a little bit there. Who's the person that goes, this is how we should do this, or this is what we need to do to fix it to make it happen? Who's that person?
It's Laura. It's
That's
always Laura.
Laura. Okay, Laura.
Yeah.
So the LOA, so the loan partner is the person that kind of gathers everything, puts the puzzle together.
Yeah.
Does the loan partner give Laura suggestions on, hey, I think are they good enough for that, or they just put the pieces together for Laura?
No, I mean she is. So I mean the loan partner. We again, everyone on the team, has experience in the industry.
Okay.
They're all well compensated. But they allow Laura to do more and do what she needs to.
Yeah.
But the loan partner does, it helps us with estimates. It helps with fielding calls, going through emails, pipeline updates for new files, um, pre-approvals, those recently under contract. They're doing all that for us.
So when there's an issue on a file and it comes back and like, oh, we missed this or missed that, is the loan partner doing that or Laura's fixing that? Like, hey, we need another bank statement, or we need a letter of explanation on that. Why'd you like who does all that stuff?
That's really nice. I mean, we have weekly and daily pipeline meetings,
Okay.
just for those, for
Okay.
triage and stuff. If we have something that has gotten through that has a problem, you know, yesterday we had a closing where the client had to pay off some debt at closing to qualify, and um,
Think
that
we
account, got hit with, oh, this charge showed up that we didn't know was going to charge. So I mean, that was an immediate triage with underwriting, with Laura, with the LOA on the file,
Gotcha.
and got an immediate answer of how this can move forward.
Gotcha. And so Laura, so would you, if I get this right, so your loan partner comes in, does everything, puts the puzzle together, suggests it to Laura. Does Laura ever talk to every client, or is the loan partner doing the
Absolutely.
conversations?
Yeah, no, that's important.
Yeah. So Laura does the conversations,
Yeah.
short and sweet, and then hands it. And then does she prop up the loan partner and say, "Hey, if I got to get involved again, there's going to be like we got a serious issue, or hey, just go directly to the loan." I used to say, if you come to me, I'm just going to go to Laura, and Laura's gonna, and then because I don't have the answers, the loan partner's got all the answers. And like working with the file, how does she do? How does she transfer that so she doesn't getting called by the agents, the clients, like all that stuff?
Are you able to talk?
Laura, how do you
She
how
not
do you
jumping on?
Well, um, okay. Ask me one question. What was the question? First question?
The big question I think everyone has an issue with, Laura, is when you are the person that is talking to the client and telling them you're approved and here's your rate and here's your program and all that stuff. They want to talk to you. They want to, and the agents want to talk to you. How do you not have, like, if you're closing 30 files, you have 60,
Mhm.
70 people coming at you at one time. How do you not have those calls coming in and direct them to the loan partners and stuff like that?
Um,
Or,
it's the system that, we've built, or Mark is great at building teams and systems. So the system that we built, that he put into place, where it's like, not necessarily a conveyor belt, but it goes, I talk to the client, goes to the loan partner, goes to the loan pre-underwriter, LOA. It's like my pre-underwriter, pre-processor. So it's like a gentle handoff. I introduce them to, Anna or Natalie or Alexa, and they're just so good at what they do. I don't really have a lot of issues like that, because of the way we handle it up front. But if somebody wants to talk to me, I mean, I'm involved. They can always reach out. If there is a major problem with the file, I'm brought in.
got it.
Otherwise, little problems are being handled, and I get told after the fact that it's fixed. So that's nice. You have to have the right people, and that takes
Yeah.
time. I know.
It's
So
the
Um,
it
right
sounds
right
like,
people, but also just the right, I guess, attitude. I mean, we are an extension of each other. We all have the same belief that, every client we talk to deserves 100% of our focus and 100% of our effort. And if there's a way to get them alone, we're going to find a way to get them alone.
mm,
And we all have that belief. It's not a duty. It's really a responsibility we have to them. We are privileged to have their call. We are privileged to have their referral, and we treat it as such. And it's not a this is our job. This is our life. I mean, this is
yeah,
this is the life we built. Laura and I were up at a World Cup viewing thing last night. Our little town had a viewing thing. We went up and watched a band, and then sat around, and we probably saw eight, maybe nine people we've helped finance homes in the area. We
love
saw
it.
4 or 5 referral partners. We saw, and it's like, okay, that's we have to go out and face those people in a thing where, in a community every single day. So we need to give them our best.
Yeah. So it sounds like what I'm hearing you say, Laura and Mark, is that whoever takes the ball controls it and is very assertive when it comes to the clients. So they don't want to go back. Like they know that this person has the ball and like, okay, and then whoever's communicating with them, it sounds like that's where I think a lot of teams, and if anybody has any questions, please shoot fire in. But a lot of teams I think want to keep control of the ball. Like I mean, it's my business. I built this referral partner. I got this deal. I'm keeping it. I want to know everything that goes on. Where you guys, it sounds like you trust, which is a huge thing. It's like, hey man, take care of this, own it, take ownership of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Good.
I just want to say something real quick on this is Mark's show, but I want to say like
From myself.
the biggest thing that I see holding people back is the inability to delegate, and that's also speaking from the experience myself. Like, oh, I want to do this, or they won't do it as well as I do it, and kind of attitude. You got to, and maybe they won't, or maybe they will. I mean, you have to find the right people. At the same time, you got to let the reins go a little bit and trust, or you're just going to be stuck. And I see that a lot. I'm not listing people, but I know a hand.
Oops. Maybe that's bad. Hey, I cut that on purpose. No, I'm just kidding.
Do not list me.
That was good. That was good. So if you were to, starting over, like you guys had to move, start over, knew no one. Mark, how would this look in relation to this chart that you gave out? And we got some kudos on the chart. So amazing job on that, man. You put a lot of stuff in here, a lot of thought into this. I'm sure it wasn't a one-hit wonder. As you, have you,
No, this is a process, but I did get some help from my friend Chat that made it look pretty. So
That's amazing. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So if you were to start over, man, where would you and Laura start? Like if like somebody's struggling right now, 1 to 2 loans a month, back at zero or just getting into business. Like I'm talking to a lot of people that are just getting in, which I love. And some of them have great history of what they've done in the past, and they have an amazing database. And I think they just need a little bit of direction on who to communicate with. But what would you guys do first and foremost if you had to start over in a different city, no one knew you?
I would start producing again, and we would bring an LOA. And if the person that we had wasn't willing to follow, then we would look for that person again. I think that's key. And if you can't afford at the time to start with, your own LOA, is team up with another loan officer at your company that's looking to do the same, and maybe share those efforts.
Yeah,
In our company, we have some, kind of 20-30 million dollar producers that don't, are ready to look to grow, and they share an LOA.
gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so I think, a lot of that stuff, you don't realize how much time, well, you probably do, but I mean, how much time is spent going through emails, going through, hey, I got to make this social media post. Hey, I got to, get through these pre-approvals. I got to go run credit and then reach out to the person and tell them their credit's locked, and on and on and on. I mean, all that time adds up and takes
Right.
you away from ultimately what our partners are looking for is for their clients to be pre-approved with certainty that they can go get that will get them to the closing table.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Um,
stuff. Good stuff.
and the more that we're able to do that, then that's that. So the level 6 here, that's adding the like the junior loan officer or a loan officer that's just looking for some structure.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and then you can replicate. So once they get busy enough, you add a second. And once they get busy enough, then maybe we add another LOA person.
Yeah. T- Um, yeah, this is really good, man. And I think I think we hit on so many things. The biggest part is letting go and delegating. And Laura, I think you nailed it. Like the delegating piece is the hardest part because obviously we're out there on the streets, meeting the people, shaking hands, being like I mean, you've seen 10, 15 people that you did loans for. If it wasn't a good experience, it'd be like, oh shit, I don't want to see them. You know what I mean? So putting that first and foremost that you are creating an amazing experience, referable experience for those people is first and foremost. So even if I mean, Mark, I think you'd agree with me. Make sure that every single person you talk to, like, do you guys? Let me ask you this: do you have a here's how the process is going to go, and do you have a layout like this for your clients of how the process is going to go, and do you introduce your team at the
we
time
do,
of
yeah.
application? Okay, so they
That's a good
know.
point. From the get-go, and because that was a sticking point, is when we tried to do that, it felt like a handoff, and it was like, okay, that's not an experience either of us would want to go through, is go
Right.
somewhere and get handed off. It's like, oh, well, you referred me to Laura. Why is Mark calling me? Who is this guy? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, Well, I probably can get a hold of Laura easier than anyone else. I have
Yeah.
like
Direct
I can
connect.
go to the other room, I can get the phone. So, if you want to talk to Laura, come through me. But it was I think, I had to let some of that go. And some of that, that was my hardest part to be able to do this is take the ego out of it.
Tell me about
And
that, man. Tell me about
well,
that.
it's
Like,
just, it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Laura. It's like, I want to talk to Laura too, but she's been on the phone for the last hour and a half. But it's I think once we just saw that we were all buying into the same system and fully aligned,
yeah,
then we started, you know, scaling in a market where others weren't.
got it. Okay.
We've been growth, and it's not like we just started yesterday and now we're growing. I mean, Laura's been doing this 26 years, and we've had to reinvent that. She's had to reinvent that process over and over and over again. Throughout that, adapt to market, adapt to the conditions. But now we have a system that, I mean, there's really no limit on this. We could grow this exponentially. That there's it's kind of how big do we want to grow this?
So that was my next question, man. What's next for the Witty group, man? I know you're 17% above. You and I talked a week ago and you're like we're on pace for about 190. This year was 140 or last year was 140. What's and Laura, I know you said 200. So are you guys really pushing for the 200? 200 million?
We're pushing. I'm happy if we get to 180 or 185. Mark wants 200.
I just heard you tell the world on Scott's show last year that you're doing 200. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
my
right.
I
mouth
said I
waters.
wanted to do
Good.
200.
Yeah.
I also
There you
like to
go.
eat and sleep. I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah, yeah. So
kidding.
yeah. Yeah,
we we're
what's the
actually
extra 100 million, you know? What's next?
yeah we're actually looking at hiring another loan officer on our team. So I think that's what's next. Mark can talk about that.
Yeah, so Mark, what does that person look like? Are you looking to like get Laura more out so she can do more of her superpower or keep like what's this
There's
look
just
like?
there's so much information in that little body that it's just we cannot get to everyone trying to work with us. And
Okay.
so I think
Okay.
that the talk is now it's not about the numbers. It's really about helping others.
Okay.
So if we
Okay.
can. And we're not going to do this forever. I mean, what does
Yeah.
that look like? 10 years? I mean, Laura and
Yeah.
I are on a second 10-year plan. I think we started 5 years ago when we started with Highland, and we had a 10-year plan. And, now we have 3 kids in college, and we've kicked that can down a little further. But we finally have one of the kids that joined us. He's doing our marketing and business development, and that's been a lot of fun to watch him grow in that role. But yeah, I think hire another loan officer.
Just to
Um,
kind of fill the gap
maybe
from the ones you
two.
can't get to.
Yeah, but I just think that there's with this you can plug and play, and I think well you can plug and play with the right people, and I think
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
what we're doing
Yeah.
and respect the process and believe in the process, then they can flourish with this. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Any final words, Mark, before we head on out here, man? Dude, I love you, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys always reaching out and the camaraderie. And I've shared a couple. I share your name all the time because obviously you guys are the real deal. Not only are you doing the volume, but you're just good people. So I thank you so much for sharing your wisdom
Yeah,
and
I think if anyone wants a copy of this, you got everyone's info, Scotty. I mean, you got full
yeah.
permission to share this. This wasn't a
Okay.
one and done.
I'm glad you
I
gave me
mean,
permission because I already put it in the chat. So.
I
All
didn't
right.
copyright it.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay,
All
well,
right,
I
brother.
did. I did. So as soon as you sent it to me, I just supposed to cover it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So,
Just kick me residuals, bud.
all right, man. So, if anybody wants to reach out to Mark or and talk to you about what you guys are doing, what like is there a email, phone number? What's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
I mean, it's easy. It's Mark at Truth and Lending, AND Truth and Lending. Um, Laura at Truth and Lending.
Okay.
If you come aboard, it will be Scott at Truth and Lending, bro.
Scott at Truth of Lending. Okay. Yeah. There you go. I can have Scott, not S. Hudspeth. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. All right. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
happy to share this with anyone. Thanks
Cool.
for giving me the space, dude.
All right. Yeah.
Always
Of
love talking to
course.
you.
Of course, love talking to you too, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep helping, helping people, changing lives, and anything I can do for you guys, please let us know. And man, I'd love to have you guys back on a quarterly basis, minimum, just to kind of share, keep you guys. Hey, let us, the show, be your accountability partner, Laura, Mark, 200 million.
Oh no.
All right, all right, guys. Same time, same place, Thursday. Can't wait to see you again. Have a good day. Have a good week. Give my daughter some prayers as she passes her test today. No options. The universe has her, so I'm gonna be waiting there for her. So don't tell her. She told me not to be there, but I'm gonna be there anyway. And with that said, you might see a big celebration today from her, and it gives me chills to talk about it. So we'll see you Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Have a good day, everybody.
Yeah. Yo, live. Uh huh. Yeah.